We are following breaking news this morning out of California, where Ed McMahon, the television icon, has died at the age of 86. He's probably best known for being Johnny Carson's sidekick on The Tonight Show with that famous "Here's Johnny" line he did for every show. With me on the phone is comedian Joan Rivers. Joan, I know that he was there alongside you when you would guest host on The Tonight Show. Can you describe some of your memories of Ed McMahon?
Well, I think even more than memories, I think that people should be talking about, he set the whole genre for what a sidekick does on all these shows. And he did it brilliantly. He knew when to come in and when to go out. And he knew when to laugh and when to shut up and when to move over and when to save a situation. He was amazing, always there for you, never intruded, never competed. He just did his job brilliantly.
You felt that even when you were a guest host, that he wasn't trying to take the spotlight away from you,
Never.
even though Johnny Carson wasn't at the desk?
Never. He knew exactly, and as I said, nobody has done it so well. If you notice, we don't even know the sidekicks' names of the people that are on the other shows.
The news about him recently has not been great. It has involved his money problems or his health problems. Had you talked to him in recent years about what he was going through?
I saw him about 4 years ago at some convention, and he was looking very frail then, but he was in his, 80s at that point. I just think it was terrible. Whoever managed the money managed it badly. And again, this is what happens when you marry 65 different women.
Yeah, he was on his third wife, I believe.
That's not so bad for today.
No, really. I mean, when you look at some other famous television personalities. Was he funny?
He was charming. He wasn't funny, or not my kind of humor. But he was solid. You knew you could be depend on him. You could rely on him. You knew if you looked over, he was there.
And talk a little bit, if you will, about his partnership with Johnny Carson and what that meant to the success of The Tonight Show.
Oh, I think it meant a great deal. I think that it was a wonderful, wonderful group they had assembled there with Johnny at the head of it. And he was, again, as I said, a solid second banana who knew exactly what he was doing every minute.
And they
were never good friends. I mean, they never hung out together. But I think that's what made it work.
And there were reports, Joan, that when you went on and got your own show, that there was a bit of a falling out with Johnny Carson.
A bit of a falling out? That bastard?
I'm trying to...
He never spoke to me again, and he was a nasty man. Ed McMahon, on the other hand, when I would be in a restaurant, would come over and say hello. And I know that sounds silly, but that means you're going against boss's orders. That's the kind of guy Ed was. He was a gent, if the expression is still around.
Joan Rivers, I appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.